Hello everyone, welcome to the Makri Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to continue with your same module, that is the business skills for e-commerce, and the chapter number 5, that is chapter number 6, that is the same chapter, that is e-commerce and the banking industry. In the last class we have started with this chapter, that is how the e-commerce and the banking industry are related with each other, and we have covered around 5 to 6 or 4 to 5 topics in the last class, and then I'm going to continue with this topic with this chapter in the today's class, and I'm supposed to wind up this chapter in the today's class only, right? So let's start the session. Let's start the quick review of the previous class, what we have covered in the previous class. That moves to the next topic, that is the today's topic, that is management issues or management or managerial roles in online banking, right? So let's start the last class session. In the last class we have discussed, or we have started with chapter number 6, that is e-commerce and banking industry. That is how e-commerce is related with the banking industry. These are the few topics that is available in this chapter. First is the objective, then introduction, changing dynamic, home banking implementation, open versus closed system, then management issues, that is a today's topic, and then at last summary. Then there is a keyword, then questions, then readings. So these are the various topics, and we have covered around 6.4 till 6.4, that is open versus closed system, in the last class only. So let's start the quick review. First of all, we have discussed the objective, that what is the objective of this chapter. It is nothing but the objective is that how the e-commerce is related with the banking industry. That is how everyone is using the e-banking. That is how e-banking concepts are used, what is the changing dynamics, how to implement the e-banking, so that everyone who wants to make the trading online, that makes the banking services, that makes the e-banking. And what are the management issues that is used in this industry. And after going through this lesson, we will be able to understand the different concepts of e-banking, the various market structure, what is the difference between online marketing or online banking and electronic banking, management issues that is related to online banking, and some of the marketing and the pricing related issues that is available in the online marketing, right? So we have started with the introduction to e-commerce and the banking. That is what is the introduction and what is the use of e-commerce and the banking, that what is the e-banking and what is the e-commerce. E-commerce we have studied earlier also, that e-commerce means the trading of goods and services electronically. So whenever we do the trading of goods and services electronically, that is online, that is known as the e-commerce. So e-commerce is growing in a fast pace in the day-to-day scenario, and it is receiving more and more attention in the banking industry. Technology has made a tremendous impact on this industry. Technology also makes a tremendous impact on this industry, that is the e-commerce, by reducing the cost, by reducing the operational cost, and by providing the adequate customer services, right? And this is one of the important line, that anywhere banking and anytime banking has become or have become a reality. That is nowadays anytime banking and the anytime or everywhere banking is a reality. That is most of the people uses via online. That is they can do the marketing or they can do the banking online at any time, at anywhere. There is no specific online banking reason. That is, there is no specific area that I'm going there to make the transaction. No, you can make the transactions online, you can make the banking services online at anywhere, anytime. And e-banking is the most useful when it saves the customer time and money. Why? Because if I go to the bank, my time is wasted, my money is wasted in terms of the transportation cost, in terms of the any cost that is related to the banking services. But if I choose the e-banking, that is that saves the money as well as the time of the consumer. It is particularly useful for those who have a lots of bill to pay and already use a financial or personal financial program like Intuit, Quicken or Microsoft Money. That is, it saves the money and the time of the customer. and it is also very secure. Then e-banking also use the make of the electronic currency. That is, whenever we use the e-banking, we are dealing with the electronic currency. We are dealing with the electronic money, that is a digital currency. Then in the next paragraph, it is mentioned that loans are now marketed as products with a number of value-added services that is attached to them. Then restructuring in the banking arena is already in progress. Then this is the paragraph that shows how the internet is very useful for the e-commerce applications. Then we have studied about what is e-commerce and e-banking. That is how or what is the definition, or what do you mean by the e-commerce and e-banking. So e-commerce is same, that is defined as a any trading of goods and services done online. That is the e-commerce. That is the trading of goods and services that is done via online. So e-commerce may be broadly be defined as all the traditional commerce conducted electronically between the businesses and other businesses. That is B2B. So e-commerce means doing the business electronically between business to business, business to consumer, any mode that is using. And e-banking means that is using the electronic means to transfer the fund directly from one account to another. So this is the definition. E-commerce means trading of goods and services online, and e-banking means using the electronic means to transfer the funds directly from one computer or from one account to another account. That is transfer of money from one part to or from one account to another account. That is e-banking. And these are the some banking e-banking services, that is ATM, direct deposit, withdrawal services. Then next paragraph says a fully integrated bank e-commerce system also combines a powerful and flexible enterprise server. Then e-commerce banking, that is the next topic that is related with the, or that is terms, that is technological benefits and barriers. That is, whenever I choose the e-banking, whenever I choose the banking for the e-commerce, that is the e-banking for e-commerce, what are the technological, what are the techniques that is used, and what are the benefits for this one, and what are the barriers, that is what are the obstacles in using the e-commerce banking. So this is the topic that we have studied. Then means this is the topic that shows that what are the techniques that is used in the e-commerce banking, and what are the advantages, that is the benefits, and the obstacles to using the e-commerce banking. The barriers to e-banking may be security and the privacy concern. This is the main barrier, because the security and the privacy is one of the challenging factor when we use or when we do the marketing or when we do anything online, because there are so many frauds that is available online, like phishing, ID theft, and there are so many frauds that is available online. Then next topic is changing dynamics in the banking industry. That is changing dynamic means how the dynamic, or how the from the time to time it is growing, that is the banking industry is growing. That is how to change the dynamics in the banking industry. That is how the time revolves, and how the different concepts, how the things are changing in the banking industry. That says globalization and liberalization of financial markets may have paved the way to increase access to cross-border banking. That is, whenever I say globalization and liberalization, that has made the impact on the financial market, that has increased the access to the cross-border banking. But the significant advantage in electronic technology are what have accelerated access to anonymous and instantaneous cross-border banking. Even without the liberalization of financial market, the new technologies have permitted this to occur. And this is the paragraph that shows that when the development of the technologies are more in the banking industry, there is a change in the banking system also, and that is used for the profitability. That is, profits are more concerned in the e-banking services. Then we have studied about the various factors that makes the or that make or that moves the e-banking era into a new competitive environment. So these are the various factors that contribute to the new competitive environments. These are the various factors. The first factor is e-commerce and changing consumer need. That is very essential for the competitive banking. So how e-commerce is used as an, or how e-commerce is used for the changing and the consumer need. So e-commerce and changing consumer need is one of the factor that moves the into the new era. That is the e-commerce and changing consumer needs. That is e-banking is available, or these are the various requirements of the e-banking. That is, it is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Ability to access the financial information, that is how to access the financial information, and this banking facility is available 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week. Then batch processing of credit card transactions, option to make the payment directly from one bank to the one bank account to any other account. Transaction details in a file that can be interfaced with a variety of accounting packages. Then ability to process direct debit transactions, option to post date payments for a future date. These are the various factors, or these are the various terms, these are the various requirements of the e-banking procedure that we have studied. In addition, for international trading, e-banking is also used for the international transactions. What type of transactions are used in the e-banking? That includes the foreign currency, telephone transfer, bank drafts. Then the next factor is e-commerce and new technology based banking services. That is how the e-commerce is using the new technology, how e-commerce is used as a e-banking is used as a new technology for the new technology based banking services. Then a next factor that makes to the new era, that is optimization of branch network in order to reduce the cost. That is how to optimize the branch network, or how to make the branch network in order to reduce the cost, or how to make the network, or how to make the different concepts to make the reducing the cost. So the main aim of e-banking through the optimization of the branch network is to tighten internet international or internal financial controls, reduce the compliance cost, and improve operational efficiency and organizational effectiveness. These are the various factors, that is main use of the branch network, or that is the main aim of the e-banking, that is usage of the or optimization of the branch network to make the financial control, to reduce the cost, to improve the operational efficiency and organizational effectiveness. With the widespread growth of the internet, these technologies used anywhere in the bank network. So this is also one of the factor, that is with the use of internet we have make a network that makes or that moves into the new era for developing a new concept. Then next factor is banking and bank regulation, that is potential challenges for regulatory policy. That is the next one, that is how to use the banks and how to use the bank regulations, that is the potential challenges for the regulatory policy. So there are various rules and regulations, there are various regulations and policies that is available for the banking concepts for the e-banking. So there are several ways in which the development of e-banking generates potential challenges for regulatory policy. So these are the various ways, that is e-banking and developing technology, that is more challenging factor for the financial institutions. Then the next factor that makes into the new era, that is e-commerce and the trends in the banking industry. That is e-commerce is also used, and there are more trends in the banking industry, that is more challenging factor in the banking industry. That includes the ATM, telephone banking, internet banking, and increasing the number of branches of the banking industry, so that everyone who wants to make the payment through banking, through ATM, through telephone banking, internet banking, they can choose them for using the e-commerce or to make their transactions. These are the various factors that we have studied. Then we have studied about the home banking implementation approaches, that is how to perform the, or what are the various approaches why customer is using the e-banking. For home implementation, the consumer is also using the e-banking, that is for paying the bills, that is for their personal usage, that is the home banking. For perform the banking task, pay the bills, communicate with the creditors quickly and easily from any computer available which is equipped with the internet access. That is any consumer can pay out the bill, can make the purchases, can make the transactions, can communicate with the creditors quickly from any of the computer that is available, that is equipped with the internet access. So these are the various categories, like in the year of 1970, home banking is started via telephone. In 1980s, it is considered via cable TV. Then in 20th century, it is available in the automatic teller machine form, that is 24 hours access to the cash. And these are or banking in the historical order is also divided into four categories. One is a proprietary, that is there is a owner based bank dial-up services. Then off the shelf home finance software, there is a software that makes the home financial services. And then online services based banking, that is there is a online services that is available, that is also based on the internet. Then world wide web, that is using the internet for the banking. So this is first one is proprietary bank dial-up services, then off the shelf, that is using the software, then online based marketing, that is using the retail branches, then uses the internet for making the marketing or for making the banking. Then we have studied about the open versus closed system, that is what is the open system and what is the difference between the open system and the closed system. So open system is nothing but the system that has various factors or that can be used by each and every one, that provides the facility to the customers to change their dynamic, to change their requirement, to change their ways. So it provides a technology scheme that provides the customer, external developer and end users to access the internal functionality of a system. So if I say that this is the open system, that means you can change the functionality of a system that for which it is used, that is a open system. And in closed system, only the changes that is made, that is in hand of the proprietor, that is in the hands of the owner. No one can change the attributes or the functionality of the system. For example, Quicken cannot be modified unless a new version of this software is distributed by the vendor. Now the next one is, that is a today's topic, that is management issues in online banking. So let's start with the today's session, that is a today's topic. So that is the management issues in online banking. That what are the management issues or what are the managerial roles that is available in the online banking. So whenever I do the online banking or whenever I do the banking online, so what are the various issues that is available with the online banking, or that is available or that is kept with the managers, that is a managerial issues. So this says technology has thrown new challenges in the banking sector and the new issues have started cropping up which are going to pose certain problems in the near future. That is nowadays the technology has grown new challenges, or technology has given new challenges in the banking sector and the new issues that have started cropping up which are going to pose certain problems in the near future. The new entrance, that means the technology gives also the future problems in the future where there are various issues that is available with the new concepts, new online banking. The new entrants in the banking are with computer background. That is what are the problems or what are the new issues that is available with the banking, that is available with the online banking is only related to the computer background. However, over a period of time they would acquire banking experience. That is, however, over a period of time that is given, they would acquire a banking experience, whereas the middle and the senior level of people have rich banking experience but their computer literacy is at low level. That is, everyone is using the banking, e-banking online, that is the banking, doing the transactions online, but their computer knowledge is at the low level. That is, they don't know much about the computer. Therefore, they feel handicapped in this regard since technology has become an indispensable tool in banking. That is because whenever I use the e-banking, there are so many concepts of the computer. So if you don't know about the computer, you don't know about the IT, so it is very difficult to make the transactions, because in every step there is a usage of the IT, that is online trading, net banking, like debit card, do you want to save, yes, one time password. So there are so many factors that needs the IT background. So the people who do not have a computer literacy, so they feel handicapped in using the technology. Foreign banks and new private sector banks have embraced technology right from the inspection of their operations, and therefore they have adapted themselves to the changes in the technology easily. That is, foreign banks have give the right from the inspection of their operations. That is, whenever they inspect, or whenever they inspect, they give the operation, they give the provision, they give the right to or they give the privilege to the consumers to deal with them, to agree with them, and to make the transactions with them online. The proliferation of technology-based system offer tremendous opportunity for banks to communicate with and serve their customers. At the same time, the most challenging factor the banking industry uses is to provide customers with the new financial product for satisfying their continuing financial need. Sometimes the company need or the consumer need is too high. Sometimes the banks cannot fulfill the needs of the customers. So banks must deliver high quality products at the customer convenience with high tech, high touch, personal and affordable service, taking into consideration the five key values. So what are the five key values by which the consumer think that this is a high quality product that is available with the online banking? First is, or what are the various factors, what are the various values? First is simplicity, then customized service, then convenience, then quality, and last one is price. So these are the various five factors that is available with the online banking. So first is simplicity, that is there is a simplicity, then customized service, then convenience, then quality, and then price. So these are the five key values that is available with the online marketing or online banking. In this competitive online banking environment, banks have to be willing to take risks and make strategic decisions about the product and services offered online, and about exploiting the service of attributes that build consumer retention or consumers retention for profitable customers. So these are the five factors that is available with the online banking. The performance that customers believe is an excellent service banks can and should deliver is the true standard for assessing the service quality. That is the performance for the customer, or that the customer believe, or that the customer needs is the excellent service that is needs, or that is every need of the customer. Hence, for the realization of full potential of banking financial services, following key points have to be considered. So whenever I say the banking financial services, or whenever I say the banking services or the online banking services, that is the bank provides the services to the customer. So what are the key points that needs to be considered over here? The first one is attractive financial product and services have to be developed. So first point says the attractive financial product and services have to be developed. So there is a attractive financial product and the services that is available online. Then terminals at an affordable price are required for a customer. That is, the terminals means the endpoints are also available for the customers at an affordable price. Then untapped need of or needs of customers and new market segments have to be explored. That is, needs of the customer and the new market segments have to be used or have to be explored in the case of the online marketing or online banking. Then service quality on the part of banks have to be established for the customers. That is, there will be a quality of the or there will be a quality in the service, or there is a service quality on the part of banks to be established, has to be established for the customers. Now, first one is differentiation between the financial products and services strategies. That first of all, there must be, or the bank also provides the differentiate between the financial products and the services strategies. That what is the usage of, or how the financial services, or what is the difference between the financial product and services, or what are the different strategies that is available with the financial product and services. The changing market segment requires the bank and the software companies to take the decisions to differentiate their products in the competitive online banking industry. Whenever we use the internet websites, that means there will be a substantial advantage for the banks able to differentiate their products from those of other banks. That is, banks uses their websites to make the differentiate between their products, that what is the main advantage or what is the quality of their products. So website is one of the major advantage, or one of the major tool that is used for making the products, or to make the goodwill of the product. And there are various other resources, or other sources also, like advertising, marketing, that is likely to work to the advantage of the large firms. The internet also provides a very effective searching device for consumers to choose the best of breed producers or specialized services. Intermediaries also plays a role in helping the users locate the best product given their individual preferences for quality, convenience and price. These factors boost both the pace and the scope of consolidation in the banking industry. There are various significant, or there are several different considerations that must be used in the e-banking services, or there are various considerations that depends on what type of e-banking service that can be offered. So first one is, bank management must evaluate the degree to which current and future market demand for e-banking services warrant a change in their e-banking plans. The breakthrough in the consumer usage of online banking may depend on developing new and better services. Then the next consideration is that determining when and how it is used in the e-banking that makes the competitive pressure that is generated by the development of the internet. Then the third consideration is that there will be advantages in the early adopter. So there will be early adopter advantage, that is early adopting the technology for the online marketing. Further, because of the rapid pace and broad scope of the technological change in the banking and payment, today early adopter advantage in capturing customer using the current set of e-banking options may suddenly be undermined by the introduction of new technology. So this is the new technology that is used by the e-banking. Then the next category, or the next part, or the next first one is this one. Then the next one is terminal is as at an affordable price, that is a pricing issues in online banking. So one of the major area of the decision making for banking is financial product pricing. That this is also one of the factor, or one of the major crucial area for making the decisions in the online banking. So one of the major decision for taking in the banking is the financial product pricing. That is what is the price of the financial product. That is, if I'm saying that Flipkart that provides the best of the that provides a very cheap rate for the various products that whenever we use the online delivery. So one of the crucial areas of decision making for banking is financial product pricing. E-banking is significant non-interest expense at banks today. That is, e-commerce is a significant non-interest expense at banks today. That is, e-commerce is used as an expense today. So nowadays everyone is using the e-commerce. There are cases of many banks whose annual cost for e-banking are higher than those for their core system. That is, whose annual cost for giving, that is their annual cost that is used for the e-banking are used are higher than those for the core system. That is, there are so many costs, or there are costs that is higher in the online banking than their core system, means then there are other system that is beyond the, or that is except the e-banking. This is also a very important issue in the online banking in the terms of banking. These contracts included some kinds of per account charge, activity based pricing, example per bill paid, or combination of both. Now as products have matured and volume have increased, those same pricing schedules no longer make sense, and customer is not interested in paying per month subscription for a price that is already consumed by him at no cost. So it is much expensive to implement and operate online banking services. Now, prices, or the prices also affect the online banking in three levels. That is, what is the price? That is the initial software prices. That is the first price of the software product, or whatever the product that is using. What is the initial price for that one? Then financial product pricing, that is the cost that is related to the development, design, implementation, marketing cost. So there are various costs that is available that makes the financial product pricing. Then usage pricing, that is the volume of transaction decides this form of pricing. So pricing is a complex issue that is very complex for making the transaction that is available with the banking services. Then what are the marketing issues that is available? That is attracting consumers and keeping customers. So this is also an issue that makes the consumer, or that makes, or that is used by the banks. That is a marketing issues. Marketing issues means what is the role of marketing, or what type of marketing it is using, or if the consumer is using the marketing, or if the consumer is not using the marketing. That is, if there is a good marketing, so there is a good demand, and there is a good attraction of the customer and keep the customers. So while winning customers may be hard, keeping them is even hard. That is, this is the most important line, that winning the customer. It is not that only winning the customer is the only the term, it only the matter, it only the cup of tea. No, winning customer may be hard, but keeping them, that is, make sure that they keep them, or they are along with them. So keeping them is even harder. Customers really wants quick response, instant information, and solution to their problem. So this is also one of the major issue, that is a marketing issue, because every customer, if I am a customer, I need a quick response, I need a quick information, I need a quick response, quick solution to my problem. This is one of the major issue that banks have to face while making the online transactions. In today's high-tech and demanding consumer market, customer service is mission critical. When customers are pleased, they are likely to spend more on product and services and will call again. So customer expectations are higher than ever, particularly when it comes to online banking services. This is one of the important line. That is, customer expectations are more higher, or are higher than the previous one, particularly when it comes to the online banking services. Additionally, as an enterprise, customer relationship management involves e-banking solution needs to complement and integrate with the bank's customer relationship management strategy. That is, the customer relationship management strategy have to be followed by the banks, so that there is no hard and fast, or there is no requirement, or there is no um, demand, or there is no requirement of the day-to-day scenarios. So while meeting demanding customer expectations, banks also needs to nurture their own bottom line by building on their profitable relationship they have. So to compete with the, or to compete with the aggressive competitors, so to compete with the various arguments competitor, banks and financial institution must be able to. So what is, or how I say that banks is compete with the aggressive competitors, or bank is able to meet with the various competitors. So banks have to or able to provide the services that is tailored or that is available to meet the need of a specific high profit market segment. So it is very important whenever I say that banks have to meet the or banks is or to bank has to agree the or satisfy the aggressive or satisfy the customer. So what type of facilities that is available? So what is the role? So first of all, the bank has to provide the services that is tailored to meet the need of specific high profit market segments. Then use the data that they have to identify customer segments and present targeted cross-sell messages when appropriate. Then consolidate information about a customer, that is getting the information or storing the information about a customer so that a customer receive informed, timely and relevant service regardless of the channel that they use. So that the first of all, the bank has to keep the each and every information, whether it may be personal information, whether it may be private information. So it is the responsibility of the bank to make the information, to store the information about a customer so that a customer received informed, timely and relevant services regardless of the channel that they use. So that every updation has to be or is to be taken by the customer at their end. Quickly bring new services to market without disruption to existing services. Keep up with emerging technologies while maximizing return on investment. Also, uh, keep their return on investment minimized while increasing the technology and minimize the total cost of ownership. That is minimizing the cost of the ownership so that more and more customers are attractive to their parties. Next is managing financial supply chains in online banking. That is how to manage the financial supply chains in online banking. That is financial supply chain means how to supply from one part to another part, then another part to another part. That is maintaining a chain from one part to another part. That is managing the financial supply chain in online banking. This is the financial supply chain parallels the physical supply chain. That is the financial supply chain means in terms of money there will be a supply that is very parallel, that is very similar to the physical supply chain and represents all the transaction activities that is related to the flow of cash from the buyer's initial order through reconciliation and payment to the seller. Until recently, the financial supply chain went virtually unnoticed. The amount of time required to process the transactions was unthinkably long because the manufacturing supply chain itself was fraught with inefficiency. So what is the amount required or amount of time required? That becomes very useful while making the transactions from one place to another place. The supply chain financial flow is at a critical threshold of evaluation. Current trends in supply chain and financial flow management clearly favor the use of automated payment solutions. Continued expansion in this area offers high potential for reducing the significantly purchasing processing cost, accelerating the payments and invoice reconciliation, reducing the collection cost significantly. So these are the various expansion in the market. These are the various using various modes of the payment, that is use the various payment procedures, that is reducing the collection cost, purchasing the processing cost, creating the greater processing efficiency and enhancing the visibility. That means the less uncertainty in the account receivable and the account payable, and a reduction in working capital needs. And whenever the bank adopt a new automation solution for the financial services, for the financial flows, that becomes more widespread, the superior efficiency gained from electronic payment technologies are becoming more measurable and substantial. Today, the typical financial supply chain removes somewhat fragmented, complex and not integrated like the physical supply. That is, nowadays the financial supply chain is not very similar to the financial physical supply chain. Why? Because that is not complex. There is a few elements or there are few entities that is available in the chain. So by optimizing the supply chain, banks can. So by optimizing means by maintaining the financial supply chains, banks can maintain or reduce their working capital needs by using better inventory control, that is reducing their working capital by using their better inventory control and cash flow management, potentially representing significant annual saving. Lower the financial rates on required working capital, reduce the cost of risk management, gain early warning into problems without any document in a commercial trade, then improve the customer relationship. So these are the various ways by which the financial supply chain will be optimized, or the banks have to maintain or optimize the financial chain or financial supply chain. In this money spinning market, to gain advantage, bank have to follow three strategies. What are the three strategies? First of all, there should be a powerful technology infrastructure. From partnership to link customer, so that is from making the partnership to link the customers. Banks have to shift from mass production to their mass customization of financial products. So first is powerful technology infrastructure, then partnership to link a customer, then shift from mass production to the mass customization of financial product. So these are the three terms that is used, or that is banks have to follow these three strategies for storing or for staying in the memory for money spinning market. Then this is a summary. So we have wind up with the chapter, because that is the last topic that we have covered in the today's class, that is the management issues in online banking. Now the next is summary. That is a summary what we have covered in this chapter. Which chapter? That is the e-commerce and banking industry. So for redistributing capital from areas of excess to areas of scarcity, the most strategic option are the banks, and this is the interest of the government of all the countries to watch closely and regulate the financial services in order to control redistribution of capital. So what are the various summaries and what are the various options that is using the financial services? Many regulatory reforms have come into action in the recent years for removing the competitive protection that banks enjoyed for a long time. This is a summary that what we have covered is the e-banking and the banking industry, or that is the e-commerce and the banking industry. That is how e-commerce is used for the banking industry, or how e-commerce are is related with the banking industry. To survive in this competitive this increasing competition from mutual products, mutual funds, brokerage firms and insurance companies, banks have to provide complete financial services. So banks have to provide the complete services that is available online. Then this is the most important line, that the decade of 90s has witnessed a sea change in doing the business. That is, anywhere banking and anytime banking has become a reality. That is, everyone can make that banking at any time, at anywhere. So there is no specific online banking reason to which the transactions are limited. In the last decades of 20th century, the computer technology also introduced, or computer technology also make the inform or transform the banking industry. That is, there is advantages, or there is a tremendous increase in the banking industry. The wide distribution of the ATM by the middle 1980s gave the customer 24 hours access to cash and account information. So ATM also provides the facility for the 24 hours a day to the cash and the account information. E-banking is using the electronic means to transfer the funds from one account to another. So this is e-banking. That means transferring the funds from one account to another account. That is the e-banking. That is the electronic banking. That makes use of the electronic currency. With the development of technologies in the banking industry, there has been a major change in the banking system and in the way banks strive for their increased profitability. In this changing environment, customers or consumers requirements are changing substantially. Now customers want to access account related information, download account data for usage with personal finance software product, transfers the funds between accounts and pay the bill electronically. That is, every electronic transaction or every payment transactions is nowadays doing online. So most of the customers is doing the online transaction, that is with the help of e-banking. So what is the main aim of the e-banking? That is uses the branch network or optimization of the branch network to increase the financial control, reduce the cost and improve the operational efficiency. So these are the various, these are the main aim of the e-banking. And these are the various 5 factors that we have studied in this chapter. What are the key areas, or what are the key 5 key values? One is simplicity, one is the customized service, one is the customized service, and one is the convenience, quality and price. So these are the 5 key values that is available with the online marketing or online banking. One of the most crucial area of decision making for banking is the financial product pricing. That this is also the one of the major area, that what is the price, because most of the companies offer different prices. Suppose if I want to purchase a pen drive, so there are different options, there are uh, different pricing that is available with different companies. For example, Flipkart represents, or Flipkart uses different pricing, and Amazon.com also uses different prices. Then this is the paragraph, that winning the customer is very hard, but keeping them is also a very hard process. So consumers are the, or customers are the king of the business. Now these are the various keywords. First of all, there is the e-banking, that involves the collection, storage, transfer and processing of information assets. So whenever I say e-banking, that means the collection, or that means the transferring of funds from one account to another account. That involves the collection, storage, transfer and processing of information assets. Then what is BI? That is the business intelligence. That is a method where organizations keeps an eye on the activity of their customer. That is a business intelligence. Then customer relationship management, that is a CRM. Then automatic teller machine. Then security first network bank, that is the first internet bank that provides the banking services. As the name advises, security first network bank that provides the banking services electronically to the internet users. Then these are the self-assessment questions that is available. First of all, what is e-commerce? Then role of technology in the banking industry. Then broad classification of bank or home banking in historical manner. Then what is the difference between the online banking and the e-banking? And these are the various suggested reading books that is available for the e-commerce or business skills for e-commerce. So this is wind up of the chapter number 6. Now next is chapter number 7, that is the e-commerce and retail industry. Till now we have covered the chapter number 6, that is the e-commerce and the banking industry, that is how e-commerce is related with the banking industry. Now next one is how e-commerce is related with the retail industry, that is how the retailing part is dealing with the e-commerce. So let's take a break right now, then move to this topic, that is chapter number 7, that is e-commerce and the retail industry. So first of all, let's take a break, then move to this chapter. Let's take a break right now. So now come back from the break, let's start the session again. So till now we have covered chapter number 6, that is the e-commerce and banking industry. Now I'm going to start with the new topic, new chapter, that is chapter number 7, that is the e-commerce and retail industry, that is how e-commerce is related with the retail industry. And these are the various topics of this chapter, like objective, introduction to e-commerce and retail industry. So this is just similar to the banking industry chapter, that is various topics like introduction, then changing retail dynamic, then online retailing, buying process, myths, that is a myth of the online retailing, management challenges, that is a management issues in online retailing, then summary, keyword, then what are the questions, that is a self-assessment questions and readings. So these are the various topics that is covered in this chapter. So let's start with this chapter, that is the e-commerce and retail industry. Now, first of all, there is an objective. The motive or the objective of this chapter is to present an introduction to online retail industry. So, what is the main objective? What is the main motto? Is to present an introduction to online retail industry. That is how the retailing is done online. That is the online retail industry. And within that framework, what are the basic concepts of online retailing, changing dynamics, marketing issues? So these are all topics that is discussed in this chapter. And after going through this lesson, you will be able to understand the few concepts, that is what are the concepts of online retailing, what are the reasons, or what is the, or what explain the reasons for changing dynamics, that what are the reasons why the retail industry, that is the traditional retail industry, is changing into the new era of the retail industry. Then describe the consumer buying process. Then what are the management challenges, management issues that is related to online retail industry, and what are the strategies that is related to the online retailing. So these are the various topics that is covered, or after going through this lesson you will be able to understand, you will be able to answer these topics. So first of all, let's start with the introduction to e-commerce and retail industry. First of all, what is e-commerce and what is the retail industry? So this says retailing on the web, that is the e-retailing, that is the retailing on the web has involved a new subject for research and development. That is, whenever we do the retailing on the web, whenever we do the retailing online, that makes a new subject, or that makes a new subject means that makes a new challenge for the research and development. The rapid development of technology is changing almost every aspect of retail operations. So whenever there is a rapid development of technology, that is changing almost every aspect of retail operation, means nowadays the development also change various or every aspect of the retail operations, such as service, advertising, store design, order fulfillment, etc. So these are the various retail operations that has made a tremendous increase in the changing environment. So what are the retail operations, such as the service, advertising, store design, order fulfillment, etc. Anytime anytime and from anywhere concept for online transactions is impacting the old retail business process. So like we have studied in the banking industry, that is anytime and from anywhere. In the same way, here also the anytime and from anywhere concept, that is from home, anywhere means either from home, work, office, restaurants, that is anywhere you can make the online transactions for the retailing process. The inevitable conflict with traditional distributors is perhaps the hardest thing for established companies to confront. That is that sorry. That is in the traditional distributors who is making the retailing, nowadays the retailing is doing online, that is retailing on the web, and nowadays everything is doing online. So retailing, why retailing is far beyond, so retailing is also done online. The distribution system that has served established companies so well to date was designed for different world, one in which retailers, distributors, reseller were the contact point with customers. So these are the various persons that is available with the retailing, distributors, resellers are the main point with the customers. In the past, it was much cheaper for a customer to go to a store than to go to each individual manufacturer. So most sale have been done through indirect in distribution system. So in a traditional way, most of the transactions are doing in the indirect distribution system, because it is more cheaper for a customer to go to a store than to go for a individual manufacturer. So this is the indirect marketing. Manufacturer provides the goods to the store, and the user, that is the customer, go to the store to make the purchases. So now the store becomes the mediator among the manufacturer and the customer. But now companies have found that in the internet world, the cost of customer contact is not only much cheaper, but it can be turned from a cost into a benefit. That is nowadays the customer directly contact into the company, directly contact into the manufacturers and make the products and purchases the product. So there is no role of intermediaries. Companies also get the more information and more loyalty and can additional product that way. The marketer with an additional or individual connection to a customer has more sales incentive and opportunities. When customers are enabling themselves to accept this new change, retailers needs to consider carefully the following issues. So when the customers are accepting the e-trading, so there is a opportunity or there is also a need or there is also a role of the online retail businesses so as to formulate the effective business strategies. So what are the various issues that online business or online retail business have to formulate or online retail business have to consider? So what are the various factors? What are the various issues? The first issue is the type of product and content to sell. That is, what is the type or what are the type of products, what is the type of product and the content to sell out. Then features to be incorporated in their websites. That what are the features that to be incorporated in their websites that can attract customers and makes easier to them selecting online purchases. So what are the features that must be included or that must be incorporated in the websites that can help the customer or that can attract the customers and makes easier to them selecting online purchases. Then simplifying process from customer shopping to retail order fulfillment. That is simplifying the process from the customer shopping, that is customer is doing the shopping, so simplifying the process and to the retail order fulfillment. And how much to charge and customer are willing to pay for the online retail transaction. So these are the various issues that must be taken care by the retail traders, retail businesses that is making the online retail businesses. So what are the type of product that is selling out? What are the features that is incorporated in a website? What is a simplified process for the consumer to make the purchases, to make the retailing? And how much to charge and consumer are willing to pay. So what is the charge and how much is consumer is willing to pay for the online retail transactions? And how to penetrate the market and how much time to take for attracting customers and become profitable. So how to penetrate means how to make the marketing or how to establish or how to penetrate the market and how much time for attracting the customers. This is the first, that is a introduction to the e-banking and the e-commerce, that is the e-commerce and the retail industry. That is how e-commerce is related with the retail industry. That is nowadays the retailing is also doing with the help of the web, that is the e-retailing. So these are the various issues that must be taken care of the retail business while making the or while doing the online retail business. Now next is changing retail industry dynamics. That is changing the retail industry dynamic. That is changing the retail industry. That is changing from the traditional retail industry to the new trade industry, that is the e-retailing. This is IT, that is the information technology, is an integral and crucial component of consumer product and the retail trade. That is IT is one of the integral and the crucial component that becomes or that makes a major part in the retail industry. With information at the heart of critical manufacturing and marketing decisions, companies with the best IT and the best technologists have a big head start on their competitors. That is how to change the retail industry, that is changing the retail industry from the traditional retail industry to the online retail industry, that is the e-retailing. Retailers consider the online environment as a way of doing business, as many of the factors are affecting the retailing industry dynamics and need a careful attention. So what are the various factors that the retailer makes to or that the retailer makes careful attention on the dynamic industry, that is the dynamic retail industry or the retail industry dynamics. So factors are overbuilding and excess capacity. That is overbuilding means over expansion for the retailers by the end of the decade, that is decline in the profit. That is over expansion means overloading of the retailers. An increase in the operational expenses was observed. Where sales growth and market share were to increase, the retailer had to reduce the staff for their profit enhancement. This led retail industry to use untrained workers. They were not able to serve shopper needs, and general perception emerged that the retailer are not able to provide quality service. So overbuilding means the making the or taking out the or take increasing the levels or increasing the staff of the retailers, increasing the staff of the retail business. They were not able to serve shopper needs, and a general perception that is emerged that the retailer are not able to provide the quality service. The online retailing can resolve this problem. Which problem? That is the overbuilding and excess capacity. It does not require a bricks and mortar storefront or critical location. Because whenever we do the online retailing, there is no requirement of the location, there is no requirement of the storehouse, nothing. Because everything is doing online. The traditional retail companies may severely be affected by the online retailing who have invested huge in expansion and adding capacity. It is important to consider that the constraint of time and space will disappear if online retailing takes off. Then next factor, that is the challenging factor, is the demographic changes. That is whenever there is a demographic change, that is the level of the people, that is the level of the demographic of the people change. That also impact of the online retailing and the retail industry. So this says time constraint, safety concern, two career couples, and growing frustration with the lack of courteous service and insufficient product information are some of the reasons that are arcing the shopping patterns towards new innovation trends among customers. So this is one of the various factors that is used, like time constraint, safety concern, two career couples, and the growing frustration with the lack of courteous service and insufficient product information are one of the reasons that makes the shopping patterns towards new innovative trends among customers. Understanding these implications and shopping behavior of customers, retailer can get advantages of online retailing. So whenever there is an understanding of the behavior of the customers, retailer can get the advantages of online retailing. As shoppers have less time and want better value with more opinions, because every shopper has a need to make the transaction in a less time and has a more values, that is a more demand with more options. Retailers with improved technology can drive these customers to online shopping with home delivery. On the other hand, a growing segment of population also prefer shopping at stores rather than the online, because for them time constraints are less of a problem. So it depends on the person to person, it depends on the people to people category, that they need the online business, online retailing, or the retailing at the stores or shopping at the stores. Then next is consumer behavior. This is also a factor that affects the e-retailing banking, that is affects the online retailing. So consumer behavior in online retailing is more unpredictable and volatile than ever before, and retailers are striving to develop new effective strategies for satisfying the needs and wants of the customers. So consumer behavior is one of the major challenge, is one of the major role that is available in the online retailing. That ever before, and retailer are striving to develop new effective strategies for satisfying the needs and wants of the customers. Consumers are demanding a very large selection of producers with deep discounts. That is, consumers are demand, or what is the consumer demand? They demand for a large selection of producers with deep discounts, because every customer needs a good discount while while he or she purchases the products. They are no longer are influenced by a brand name or as they used to be, and are less willing to pay more for the brand name, but very cautious about the quality and the value. So consumer behavior also affects whenever we do the e-retailing, or whenever there is a demand for the e-retailing and the retailing industry. Then next factor is technology improvement in online retailing. That is what is the technology improvement, or how the technology improves, or what is the technology improvement in the online retailing. Till now, traditional retailing is far from competitive threat of online retailing, but attractive technology and its application are persuading online retailers. Television retailing, CD-ROM retailing, and online service-based retailing or web-based retailing are gaining importance. That is, whenever we do the television retailing, whenever we do the CD-ROM retailing, so these are the various technology that is used for the online retailing. So there are various techniques that is used, or that is using in the online retailing. It may be television retailing, that is usage of the television. It may be CD-ROM retailing, that is usage of the CD-ROM. It may be online service-based retailing, or web-based retailing are one of the importance issue. So what are the techniques that is used? One is the television retailing, that is the usage of the television for making the retailing, that is television usage for retailing purpose. That is, households receives the signal via cable, satellite dish, etc. 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week. Unlike online audience, which seems to affluent and well educated, the target audience for TV retailing is moderate income households and mostly women. That is, mostly women make or see the TVs in their homes. In TV retail marketing, a show host presents a mercantile and convey information such as features, quality, benefits, and price of the product. That is, in a TV, or in TV retail marketing, the features, the quality, benefits, and the price of the product, that is the various features of the products, are established. For example, the Home Shop 18, this is one of the best example that is representing on the TV. There are various terms, there are various products that is available, like their quality, what is the price, what is the benefit. So these are all the marketing strategies. That is the online retailing. Then CD-ROM based retailing, that is also a cost-effective alternative to traditional print catalogs. That is CD-ROM, because these are the various expensive. The one of the next solution is to make the catalog, or to publish a catalog, or to print the catalogs for the retailing. But one of the major concern is also using the CD-ROM for making the retailing. Retailers can create their own desk or participate in a multiple marketeer desk. The crucial business idea behind catalog is to build name and brand recognition for the stores and manufacturers. A CD-ROM catalog has a multimedia capability and enable retailer to add the sounds, photos, and full motion video for their product presentation. That is, whenever we use the CD-ROM catalogs, they have a multimedia capabilities, they have a compression capabilities, they have a photos capabilities, and the full motion video capability. So this is also one of the major tool that is used for the retailing or e-retailing. However, consumers are not so much comfortable with this shopping method, as the CD-ROM once created cannot be updated, whereas other online based method allows continue updating. So this is one of the limitation of the CD-ROM retailing, that once we have updated the information in the CD-ROM, then no other information can be updated in the CD-ROM as compared to the online based method, online based shopping. Then the next category, or the next mode of the shopping, is the online based shopping. This is the The flourishing online market space is attracting the following distinct types of retailers to offer their product online. So whenever we do the online marketing, so what are the various types of retailer that makes the product online? Retailers operating offline stores with online sales fronts. Then catalog retailers, retailers not currently operating retail businesses but have understanding of this new age medium for revolutionize the shopping. Manufacturers finding new ways to reach direct to consumers. So these are the various online based marketing that is available, like catalog retailers, manufacturers finding their new ways. Because of the wider reach, constant innovation and low cost World Wide Web has been accepted around the world in a very less time. Gaining the experience of web, companies have realized the importance of study to know consumer habits, define trends, develop products to fit a plan, and turn consumer statistics into a long-term customer relationship. Retailers are developing programs to deliver online shopping to web users round the clock. Now, the curiosity aspect of online retailing is the emergence of companies that only exist online like Amazon.com. These are the various companies that provides the online retailing. One of the example is the Amazon.com, like Flipkart.com. So these are the various examples of the online retailing, that is the e-retailing. Online service providers such as CompuServe and America Online, that is the AOL, are the online malls that offer their waves effectively. Now the next topic is, or the next part is online retailing. That is, what is the online retailing? The idea behind online retailing is that people do not want to go to the store, so online retailers can cater to the needs of a audience who want to buy over the internet, and this can be help in building a billion-dollar business with no inventory. That is, online retailing means people are not, or customers are not supposed to go to the stores, but they can do the marketing, or they purchase the products online with the help of the internet. And how various e-retailing business produce the services. First of all, they gain the need of the, or they survey the customers. That is, what is the need of the customer, what are the various terms, what are the various products that is more demanded by the customer. So first of all, take care of the audience who wants to buy over the internet and can help in building a billion-dollar business with no inventory. Generally, online retailer have online databases of their product. That is, in general, online retailers have online database of their products, allows the comparison shopping based on price, and provide home delivery service. Retailers provide database to the customers through an online service of their products in which product pictures are available. That is, retailer also provides the database to the customers through an online service of their product. So this is the online marketing. That is, retailer are doing the business online, and consumer do not able to go to the store, and they can purchase the products online with the use of internet. Consumers can give specific shopping instructions or comments to get extra information. Consumer can also access the help screen for immediate assistance during online ordering. So if there is any online method, the consumer can also access the button, that is a help screen, for making the assistant or for immediate assistance if any consumer need the immediate assistance. After finishing shopping, consumer click done on the screen and the order is electronically routed to the retailer, and the retailer serves the customer according to his or her request. So this is the process how it is done. Then web-based travel agencies. There are so many travel agencies that is also available web-based, that is also available online. So web-based travel agencies means there are various agencies that is available, like hotel booking, car rentals, online tickets. So these are the various issues that is available in the travel agencies. Like we can make the, or we can book the tickets online, either or with the use of retail banking, with the use of retail industry like hotel booking, car rentals, online tickets are some of the issues that is available in the travel business, which have been simplified with the www. Travelers depict many reservations a very time consuming and frustrating process. On the other hand, it is increasing the cost for the ticket providers. For decision making, travelers demand more and more travel information and services while insisting on lower rates, which increase the cost for travel agency while reducing the revenue. This is also a factor that most of the customers also uses the online booking for the hotels, online booking for the trains, online booking for the flights. So they can use the airline booking, railway booking, any booking. Then next is the state of online retailing. That is, the state means what is the use of online retailing. That is, what is the aspect of online retailing. What is the usage of online retailing. So the long-term prospect for online retailing are strong. That is, the long-term prospect means whenever I see the future for the online retailing, that is also one of the most prospect. So the long-term prospect for online retailing are strong because industry are going mature. The online retailers are increasing, emphasizing targeting market rather than the hugely expensive mass media advertising campaign of the industry use. That is, nowadays the state of the online marketing means every billion pound is converted into television advertising. Most online retailers now favor online media, investment in the site improvement, promotions such as free shopping or free shipping, and tailored advertising in focus chat rooms and message boards. But in spite of the online retail industry success in enhancing in online systems and marketing efforts, a human touch is still important. So human touch is very important while making the online retailing. So human touch is a very important consideration, or is still important even if it is nothing more than one neighbor observing another Valentine's delivery from flash.com. The role of emulation in online consumer decision making should not be overlooked. Interesting enough, the neighborhood effect disappear for repeat purchases. Once the consumer have their own experience, they rely on that and they are more likely to disregard the actions of others. Now, next question arises, what critical for online retailers is to begin thinking about the ways, that is, what is the main crux or what is the main limitation of the online retailer is to begin the thinking about the ways to fuel this process. That is, the begin the thinking how to do the online retailing. That is also the main concern. Firms can begin to think about ways to exert some control over how this process spreads rather than just sitting back and letting the space-time diffusion happens organically. Online retailers should run experiments. That is, they run in an experiment way. First of all, make the online retailing, then experiment it. If it is successful, then making the next transaction, otherwise not making the next transaction. And treat them differently and keep them separate from each other. Then areas with greater number of wealthy and college educated people are also quicker to try an online retailer, with an increase in young wealthy individuals adding an additional positive effect and high percentage of elderly slowing trial times. A region size in terms of land area is unimportant, but the number of households, population density and urbanization are all critical, resulting in a significant positive effect on the time to first trial. This is one of the major effectiveness that is using, that is the online retailing has a major trends and one of the major factor that is used online. So there is also a need to keep and analyze data such as customer ID numbers, order time and date, order values, shipping zip codes, as well as the good records about the company's own marketing efforts to check how much was spent on various marketing strategies and what times and where. So maintain a record, maintain an each and every record for the online marketing or for online retailing is also one of the crucial issue that is taken care of e-retailing business. So every e-retailers or every retailer e-retailing business have to maintain the records of the customers about their IDs, about their values, about their quality, about their products, about their zip code. That is, each and every relevant information must be stored by the e-retailer businesses, so that there is no lack of the security, there is no lack of the privacy. Right. Now, next is 7.4 is buying process in online retailing environment. That is how to buy the process or how to buy, what is the process for buying in the online retailing environment. How customer buy the products. This topic I will take, I will take in the next class, that is in the tomorrow's class. So that's all for today's session. So I am winding up over here only. If there is any doubts, if there is any confusions, you can ask from me. So yeah, Joseph, tell me. Yeah, Joseph, good afternoon, how are you? I'm also fine. Yeah, it is, I know, because the I've already told you that I've already made the assignment and it is going for the survey, right? And it is coming on the 4th of April. So after coming from the survey, if it is okay, I will supply to you, I will pass to you, and you will make the assessment, you will make the assignments. All right. Okay, welcome. Bye bye, Joseph. So thanks a lot everyone. In the tomorrow's class, I will be taking you a next topic, that is what is the procedure for buying in the online retailing environment. That is a buying procedure in online retailing environment. So thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye.